Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into an explainer on what I like to call the ultimate cheat code for true financial independence, mastering your cash flow. We're going to look at exactly why simply working hard at a day job is never going to make you wealthy. We'll break down how legends like Warren Buffett, Robert Kiyosaki, and Bill Gates focus entirely on building assets, and how you can actually build a system that makes money for you, literally while you're asleep. This isn't just, basic motivational stuff. This is a complete foundational shift in how you view your financial reality. Let's get right into it.
Okay, picture this. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. The alarm is just blaring. You're completely exhausted, but you drag yourself out of bed anyway. Why? Well, because if you don't go to work today, the money stops coming in. Those EMIs won't get paid, and the household bills, they're just going to keep piling up. Listen, if stopping work means your bank account instantly dries up, I really need you to hear a somewhat harsh truth.
Which brings us to Section 1, the time trading trap.
Here's the reality check. You aren't actually making money yet. You're just selling your time. And honestly, this is the exact trap millions of people are stuck in right now, without even realizing it. They're just repeating this endless cycle of waking up, working, spending, and desperately waiting for that next paycheck, until eventually they realize their whole life has passed by without ever tasting true freedom. Warren Buffett actually dropped a massive truth bomb on this exact concept. He said if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Now, he isn't saying you shouldn't work hard, right? But he is warning you that depending solely on your physical presence to survive is a dangerously fragile financial strategy. And it all comes down to this single number, 24. Look, every human being only gets 24 hours in a day. It doesn't matter how incredibly talented you are. If you're only earning cash when you are actively working, your income literally has a hard mathematical ceiling. You just can't work more hours than exist. So, how do we break that ceiling? Let's look at Section 2, active versus passive income. First up, we have active income. Simply put, this means you only get paid when you are physically trading your hours for cash. Think about working a 9-to-5 job, sitting behind the counter in a shop, or doing manual labor. The second you clock out, the money just stops flowing. But then we have passive income, or cash flow. And wow, this is a completely different beast. This is money that consistently keeps coming in regardless of whether you're actively working at that very moment. It's this beautiful financial engine that keeps feeding your bank account, even when you're sleeping, sick in bed, or, chilling on a beach vacation somewhere. So let's contrast these two in the real world. On the active side, you got the daily grind, your job, manual labor, minding a store. On the passive side, you've got rental income, stock dividends, business profits, YouTube ad revenue, or selling digital products. The first side requires your constant physical presence. The second side definitely requires some heavy upfront effort, sure, but then the system takes over and does the heavy lifting for you.
All right, moving right along to Section 3, assets versus liabilities.
Robert Kiyosaki explained this brilliantly in his famous book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He said, poor and middle-class people work for money, while rich people build assets that make money work for them. This is literally the core philosophy of the wealthy mindset. They aren't trying to just hoard cash to go spend it. They are building these little financial soldiers, assets, that go out into the world and capture more cash.
So let's define these terms super simply so we never forget them. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. That's it. It's really that straightforward. If it doesn't pay you, it's costing you. But here is the tragic mistake most people make. The second they get a paycheck, they fall right into the liability trap. They rush out and buy expensive phones, designer clothes, flashy cars on EMIs, and sure, from the outside they look incredibly wealthy, but in reality, those liabilities are just slowly, quietly eating away all their hard-earned cash. To really visualize this, let's check out Section 4, a tale of two earners. Picture these two different people over a 5-year timeline. Person A earns an impressive $80,000 a month, but they've got a super expensive lifestyle, heavy EMIs, lots of show-off expenses. If they were forced to stop working for just 3 months, their entire life would literally collapse. Now, look at person B. They might only be making $25,000 a month to start, but they are obsessively focused on building assets, upskilling, creating digital products, doing side hustles. People might mock them right now for working so hard for so little immediate return, but fast forward 5 years, Person A is still terrified of losing their job, while person B is enjoying total financial freedom with multiple income streams pouring in.
This is exactly why simply chasing a bigger salary is a trap. Usually, when your income goes up, your lifestyle expenses, the bigger house, the better car, they go up right alongside it. It just locks you tighter into the rat race. The wealthy don't just chase higher salaries. They focus on increasing their cash flow through systems that pay them constantly, whether the market is up or down.
Now for the really fun part, Section 5, building your cash flow engine.
The incredibly beautiful thing about living today is that the internet has completely leveled the playing field. Bill Gates hit the nail on the head when he said that if your business isn't on the internet, it'll be out of business. You no longer need millions of rupees, a huge network, or a physical storefront to start building assets.
So here is your exact blueprint for building this engine. First, you absolutely must start saving a portion of your current income, even if it's just 5%. Why? Because it's nearly impossible to build assets without at least a little bit of initial capital. Next, learn a high-income skill to significantly boost your earning power. Then, as you earn more, change your habits. Don't just spend it on lifestyle upgrades, invest it. Gradually build multiple income sources so you aren't reliant on just one. And finally, have immense patience. Your first month might bring in almost nothing, but these are the seeds of a massive tree.
Now, regarding those high-income skills, you've got incredible options right at your fingertips. Video editing, sales, copywriting, coding, content creation. Seriously, with just a smartphone, one of these skills, and an internet connection, you have absolutely everything you need to start generating wealth. But here is a massive warning. A lot of people just want to get rich fast. They chase short-term trading or some crazy get-rich-quick scheme. But real wealth, it's built slowly through compounding. Remember, even Warren Buffett made the vast majority of his wealth after he turned 50 because compounding takes time. Small investments and small systems become absolute giants over decades.
Because ultimately, school only really teaches you to be an employee. But billionaires like Elon Musk, they didn't get rich by selling their hours. They built wealth through ownership and systems. True wealth isn't just about flashing a high bank balance. It's about having complete control over your time. It's knowing you don't ever have to panic when that 7 a.m. alarm goes off again.
So I want to leave you with this provocative question to wrap up our explainer today. Are you working for money, or is your money working for you? It's time to stop just trying to make money and start building real cash flow today. Take these concepts, put them into action, and fundamentally shift your financial reality. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next.